goddamn zombie tiger. That's crossing the line.
I know I have a reputation. I know that. I'm considered a very negative person. What are my most popular videos? They're called something or other, a complete cinematic failure. I like to pick apart failure. I like to pick apart bad movies. And maybe I do it too much, I'll admit. So when a movie comes along that I kind of like, it's a rare occasion. I'm going to tell you right now, kind of like this movie. Kind of liked Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. I know that sounds crazy, and I don't. It's not a perfect movie by any means, and we'll get into that, but I very much enjoyed this movie. But real quick, before we get into it, don't forget, you gotta subscribe. Wrong way. That way? There we go. Subscribe to the channel. It always helps me out. I really appreciate everybody who subscribes. We're working on building this thing, building Veto Nation. Welcome to Veto Nation, people. We're gonna make it happen. But yeah, let's get into this review. Let's talk about it.
Warning, the following audio-visual content contains major spoilers.
Now, in case you've been sleeping under a rock, you haven't seen any of the trailers, Army of the Dead, a big release from Netflix. I was complaining about Netflix recently, how they don't have anything. Well, I gotta eat my words, because they got something now. They got Army of the Dead. And one thing about this movie is that the premise is fantastic. It is a fantastic premise for a zombie movie, because you're combining the zombie movie with another great genre, the heist movie. Okay, the classic Ocean's 11, of course, comes to mind. A bunch of guys trying to rob a casino. Well, what if the casino is full of zombies?
I want you to put together a team and get it out. In exchange, 50 million is yours to divvy up amongst whomever you take in with you. Intrigued?
It's a good premise. It really is. Whoever came up with that is a very smart guy. I don't know if Zack Snyder came up with that himself. He's credited as a writer. There's two other writers. One guy works on John Wick. The other guy's working on Obi-Wan Kenobi. That could be exciting. But whichever one of these three guys is responsible for this premise, congratulations. If anything, you came up with a great premise for a movie. Now, of course, Zack Snyder is no stranger to the zombie genre. In 2004, he did Dawn of the Dead, which was very well received. Kind of helped kickstart Zack Snyder as a major force in Hollywood. But unfortunately, now we know his reputation is a bit tarnished. He tried to run the DC franchise of starting off with Superman, Man of Steel, then Batman vs. Superman, of course, Justice League, which we've been dealing with the crazy fan outcry, and they wanted his 4-hour cut, and we got it. And it's a little too long. That's one thing about Snyder, and we'll probably talk about that. But his credibility has been a little bit in the dirt. Where you had, again, I mean, Warner Brothers banked everything on this guy, that he was going to give him this billion-dollar movie franchise, and it fell short in a number of ways. I know a lot of fans, they want to say, well, Zack Snyder did nothing wrong. I don't know what people are complaining about, but I think a lot of the movie critics, myself included, there's some flaws in that franchise he tried to set up. Some big flaws. He made a lot of mistakes. But that being said, even though a guy like me, I'm not a fan of the Zack Snyder DC universe, I am a fan of Zack Snyder in some respects. There's some stuff he does that I really like. I think he's a bad writer a lot of the time, which is why I don't know. He's the top billed writer on this one. I kind of want to think that the other two guys were the ones delivering it, because everything Zack Snyder has been attached to as a writer, I haven't been a big fan of it. But what he lacks in the writing chops, he makes up with in pure style. Things that Zack Snyder puts on film look beautiful to me. I have this argument with people. I don't know. A lot of people think the Zack Snyder style is too over the top, too dramatic, you know, too maybe obvious on the nose, some of the imagery he goes for. I don't know. It works for me. It's worked for me since Watchmen. A lot of the frames in that movie, I always say that. A great movie. You can take frames from it and hang them on your wall. Even in Batman vs. Superman, even in Justice League, there are shots in that movie I would hang on my wall, and I would be proud to look at them. You know, that a movie that looks like a painting at times. These great shots. Army of the Dead has that same visual style. There are some great visuals that just stand out. The opening sequence, which is a Zack Snyder hallmark. He loves to do these big, fun, almost music video openings to start off some of his movies. Always great. Always great. We get a little story in this opening about a mom, I think, trying to save her daughter. and that never comes up in the main movie. It's like you get a little like short film before you start it off. I liked it. Then there's some other scenes which I also find just visually exciting. The big fight in the casino, great colors there. You have this one scene that very much looks like almost a Renaissance painting, like a Last Supper kind of thing. And of course, how can you hate a shot of a helicopter trying to escape a nuclear blast? A lot of this movie is just visually stunning. The action is exciting, shot well. It looks great. It's a great looking movie. Now, as I've said, I like the basic plot of this movie. I like the idea that it's a heist movie going into a casino. There's this money that's basically unmarked. The insurance company has already comped it. So it's basically, if you take the money, it's untraceable. There's millions of dollars down there. It's a great premise, and the plot mostly, I mean, it's about getting to the casino, getting the money. Though where I start to take issue with the plot is when it kind of meanders away from that central focused storyline. Now, Dave Bautista is great in this movie. This guy, come on, is one of the great actors of our times. You would think a muscle-bound jerk like him would be unable to play these nuanced characters, to give them real emotion and make them believable, but he does it, and it's great. The problem is, I don't think a lot of the rest of the cast kind of lives up to the standard that Bautista is putting out there. Bautista? I'm probably saying it wrong. There's a few guys I like. I really like the guy. I mean, I'm a YouTuber, so of course I like this guy. There's a guy who's basically a zombie killing YouTubers.
It's your boy Mikey Guzman taping live from East Las Vegas. Move, motherfucker!
I thought that was great. It's a great way to, show what would happen if there were zombies in our modern age. There would be a guy who's going out there and getting shots for his YouTube channel. That really worked for me. But then you got some other guys who feel like stereotypes from other movies. The guy who's there to crack the safe, who's talking about how the safe is this masterpiece, and I can't believe he gets a chance to take a crack at this art, this artistic. I don't know. I've seen that guy before. I don't know. It's a little too much of a stereotypical character. Some of the other guys just, I don't know, generic bad guys or whatever else. But you know who I did like? And this is very interesting. Tig Notaro as the helicopter pilot who's got to get him out of there. Now, what some of you might not know is that character was originally being played by Chris D'Elia, a comedian who did some things. Well, we won't talk about what the things are. And to be fair, they're alleged. I can't prove that the man did anything, but the things that are alleged, people don't like it. And when that happens, you get taken out of a movie. Here's the problem. The movie's already shot. The whole movie's already shot. So what do? You use digital trickery. This is incredible. And they put Tig Notaro in all of his scenes. And it works. If you did not know that going into the movie, you would have no idea that this character was added in post-production with a green screen or whatever else. Some of the shots where they managed to get her in, and it's like this 3D camera shot going around the actors, I was like, whoa, all right, special effects team getting it done. And I also just really liked her performance. I really enjoyed her. I guess the filmmakers are pretty lucky that her character just has to hang out on the roof with the helicopter alone most of the time. It doesn't really have to interact with the rest of the cast. That was very lucky for them. But again, it works. I was amazed at what they were able to do there. But again, some of the other characters not nearly as strong. This girl who Bautista used to hang out with, generic badass black guy. Okay. But the worst character, hands down, is Bautista's daughter. I know what they're trying to do. I know what Zach's trying to do. Zach's going, well, I don't want this movie to just be a mindless, stupid action movie. I want this movie to have a heart. It's about this father and daughter who are estranged because the mom got turned into a zombie. The dad had to kill her. But then afterwards, he wasn't there to be emotionally available to his daughter. Here's the thing. That's kind of boring. It's a little too generic of a conflict. I mean, yes, it involves zombies, but just the idea that, the mom died and the dad wasn't emotionally available to her. Okay, I don't know. It was not interesting to me. And the amount of time spent dwelling on it, I thought was a mistake. It doesn't work within the confines of the movie. At one point, they got to go up to the roof to activate the emergency generator to get their guys into the vault. Again, you're in a hot zone full of zombies. Like, let's go. Let's get this done. But instead of getting the generator started right away, again, they have a little talk about their feelings.
I've spent so long hating you that I can't just turn that off. Sorry.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, what about the guys who are in the casino? Okay, there's still zombies like crawling around. Like, are you just standing there like, what's taking this guy so long? Can you just press the button? They literally have a 5-minute conversation before he presses just press the button. Have the conversation after you get the generator started. So trying to have this family drama in the middle of, zombie wasteland with a ticking time bomb element, it feels kind of silly. The time bomb element is that they're gonna nuke Vegas.
This will mark the culmination of the president's efforts to fulfill his campaign promise to exterminate Las Vegas's undead population by taking the extreme action of dropping a low-yield tactical nuclear bomb on the city of Las Vegas in 4 days' time, coinciding with sunset on the 4th of July holiday.
They go in expecting that they have a full day to get it done. At the last minute, the president decides to move it up a day.
The administration has made the dramatic choice to not postpone the bombing, but rather to move it up by a full 24 hours. The scheduled drop time now coming at sunset tonight.
Which is fine. When they say we're going to nuke Vegas, you're like, well, clearly that's going to happen within the movie. They're not going to talk about nuking Vegas and not show it to us. A minor problem I have, though, is just be realistic with the time frames. When you tell me you only got an hour and a half before the nuke comes, all of a sudden, like, again, the plot starts getting, you're like, what are you guys wasting time? Stop having little conversations. You got an hour before a nuclear bomb goes off. Just say they have 6 hours or something. I don't know why they always got to narrow it as much as possible. Do they really think that amps the tension that much? I think it just becomes silly.
I came here for you. I thought we could have had something, but then you just went away. It's just that seeing you again.
When Batista's got to go to a whole other building to save his daughter, they go, we got 9 minutes on the clock.
Case at the Olympus. We gotta go get her.
How much time do we have?
We got about 9 minutes.
God damn it!
9 minutes to land a helicopter, get into a building, find your daughter, you don't know where she is in the building, then get back to the helicopter, take out and escape an active nuclear zone? Why do you make it this tight? Say he's got a half hour and I'd at least be like, all right, that's a little reasonable. 9 minutes, I'm like, these guys are insane. Why are you wasting your time? Let your daughter die. Which again, the daughter character I have probably the biggest issue with. So her whole storyline is that after the zombies show up, now they have these camps. The camps are for people who, I guess, might be infected or were, like, close enough to infected zones. I wasn't exactly clear on that. I might have to watch it again. These camps are basically Zack Snyder's stand-in for, like, an immigration detention center. Movie's getting a little political. Okay, I mean, if that's the way you want to go with it, kind of feels like you're hitting me over the head with the, feel bad for the poor brown people. I feel bad for brown people. I do. I just don't know if it needs to be in the zombie movie. Seems like a little much. Anyway, one of the people in the camp, a mother of two, she goes, I'm gonna go to Vegas, crack open a slot machine, take, a couple grand out, and then I'll have enough for my family. And, of course, the daughter character is like, no, you can't do that, tries to convince her not to, and then finds out that in the middle of the night, this lady snuck into Vegas.
Hey. What's wrong?
Mom's gone.
So all of a sudden, Batista's daughter is like, I'm coming with you guys.
I'm coming with you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, we're not having this conversation.
In my head, I was like, Batista, just knock her out with your gun and tie her up. I was like, don't bring your daughter, who is clearly not trained in any sort of zombie killing or anything. Like, literally, just punch her in the mouth, tie her up with some rope, and tell her you'll be back in 24 hours, or leave a note, whatever. But, of course, she comes with them into the hot zone to look for her immigrant friend, her whatever you want to call her. The problem is, I'm one of these guys who watches zombie movies, and the second characters start doing stupid things that put everyone else at risk. I just hate that character. I'm like, you are risking everyone's life with your stupid need to go find your one friend. I don't even want to save that lady. I don't care that she has kids. If you go into an active zombie zone, looking to crack open a slot machine, okay, you made a bad choice. You got captured by the Zombie King. I guess we got to talk about the Zombie King. So the interesting thing about this movie, and a thing I think people are fighting over right now, there's a Zombie King, there's a Zombie Queen. The zombies are evolving They've got kind of a society. You know, there's weird rules. You can barter with the zombies before you enter their territory by giving them somebody to eat on or whatever. It's interesting. Okay, now, intelligent zombies, I think some people are like, that's stupid. We know what zombies are. They should be mindless killers. But this was something that was explored in the original of the Dead films.
He remembers everything that he used to.
The idea that they retain some intelligence, could they be somehow reformed? I don't know. So that's a theme we've seen before. I take no issue with it. Now, there's one guy on the team who's clearly a plant. You know, nobody trusts him from the beginning.
I believe we've officially met. My name's Martin.
Don't talk to me. I don't trust any of these people, but especially you.
I don't trust that guy.
I don't trust you to have our backs if shit goes bad.
He's there representing, you know, the businessman who's setting them in to get the money, but he's a very sneaky guy. And what we ultimately find out, spoilers, is that this guy did not care about getting the money out of the vault. This was all a ploy to get in there and get the head of the zombie queen. Her head is apparently worth way more money than the millions of dollars in the vault because it will allow militaries to create their own zombie soldiers. Okay, fine. I buy it. It's fine.
In the right hands, this is the power to make more of them. Power to control your own zombie army. That's the ultimate WMD.
So that's basically where things go off the rails for the team, is that, what's his name? Stupid guy cuts off the zombie queen's head, makes Zombie King very mad, and the truce that they established early on in the movie is now broken, and all hell breaks loose. This is especially interesting because I guess the zombie queen was pregnant with a little zombie fetus. I don't know if that was going somewhere, but it's interesting. Zombies are repopulating now. They're giving birth. Okay, interesting little plot line, which we'll maybe see in a sequel. We do set up for a sequel. We'll see where that goes. So the Zombie King, who's very angry, goes after the team. And here's what I love about the Zombie King. How do you kill a zombie? You shoot it in the head. It's the only way to kill it, right?
Zombies, shamblers, the undead, whatever you want to call them. If one comes at you, shoot it in the brain. It's that simple.
So what is the most deadly thing on Earth? The zombie with a helmet.
Wearing a helmet can save your life, or at the very least, help prevent serious injury.
You get a zombie, you put a helmet on him, he's an indestructible force. Okay, that's pretty good, Zack Snyder. That's pretty good. I like that. So zombie in a helmet goes through. Him and his other zombie buddies end up killing most of the team. I enjoyed it. It was fun until, again, stupid daughter runs off, goes missing. I gotta rescue this immigrant lady. I'm like, oh, come on.
Hey, is Kate down there? Not here. Kate!
Where the hell is she?
I'm a cucumber. I'm a cucumber. I'm a cucumber.
Are you kidding me? I hate her. I have to hate her. She's so stupid. If you have a character that's stupid and then try to make her sympathetic, it doesn't work for me because I want her to get shot in the head at that point and just be done with it. It reminds me of when I was watching 28 Weeks Later and those two kids break the quarantine zone to go look for their mom in fucking Zombie Town, and I was begging Jeremy Renner, just shoot them in the head. Shoot them in the head. It's your only job. Kill the kids. Because again, I knew the kids were going to end up getting everybody killed. And when they did, I had no sympathy for them as characters. And the same problem goes for Batista's daughter. Okay, she does not deserve to live. And the fact that she's the only one who lives, that sucks. The stupid lady who is responsible for getting a bunch of these people killed, not all of them, but she gets her dad killed, she gets Tig Notaro killed, even the immigrant lady doesn't survive. What is going on? I don't feel bad for her. Even when she's got to shoot her dad in the head, I'm like, yeah, well, you kind of deserve this. This is your fault. I feel nothing for you. That being said, though I have trouble with the family drama, some of the time limit stuff, whatever else, I mean, this is still a movie where I get to watch a zombie tiger bite a guy's head off. I like running through a casino, shooting at zombies, that classic Zack Snyder visual style. And I'm at the point now where I can't tell, is Zack Snyder a great filmmaker who just ends up with some bad scripts? Or is this like a one-off, he got lucky, and the next thing he puts out is going to be a stinker? I mean, I guess we're going to see. Zack Snyder is one of these guys who I think is best suited for these movies that aren't attempting very deep themes. When he tries to get deep with like the Batman vs. Superman and the Justice League, it just falls on its face. It feels like a first-year creative writing assignment. I don't know if you saw the news story recently where Zack Snyder goes, you know, for Batman vs. Superman, I wanted to call it Son of Sun, Night of Night. And that's when I go, Zack Snyder's a crazy person. Like, he thinks he's way deeper than he is. That is a terrible title for that movie. And again, in this movie, there's a lot he does right, but then there are, you know, those classic Zack Snyder issues. Too much slow motion. This guy is obsessed with slow motion. The movie drags on way too long. There's a lot of stuff. I think you need an editor who can just cut the fat. I don't think this movie needed to be 2 hours and 20 minutes long. And we also get what I refer to as Zack Snyder's infinite playlist. This guy really wants me to know what's on his iPod. This guy really wants me to listen to his latest playlist that he put together.
Viva Las Vegas.
I see a bad moon rising.
His song choices are weird, but I'm kind of growing to respect it. I'm kind of growing to respect that if you see a Zack Snyder movie, he's gonna force you to listen to his some burned CD, okay? It's like going over your friend's dorm to score some weed, and he sits you down and he says, you gotta listen to this mixtape I put together. Fine, Zach, I'll listen to your music. And when at the end of the movie, okay, they play Zombie by the Cranberries, I started laughing. The audacity of it. It's like, what song are you gonna put in your zombie movie? Well, Zombie. I don't know if it's brilliant or stupid, but I love that song, so I went along with it. I've actually had it stuck in my head for the past couple hours. It works. It worked for me. You might even say that song is in my head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Ay, ay. So ultimately, all right, we'll do the classic critic thing. I'm gonna put it on a 10-point scale. Okay, 10 points. No, let's go with 5 stars. We're gonna put it on a 5-star scale. 4 stars. Is that too high? I want to say 3.8 stars, but that doesn't work with the star system. And 3.5 feels too low. 4 stars for Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. I highly recommend this movie. It's worth a watch, absolutely. Is it a perfect movie? No. But as far as zombie movies go, I'd say it's up there with some of the all-time great zombie movies, for sure. Definitely worth a watch. Definitely check it out. Thank you, Netflix, for making my subscription worth it. Okay? Because with Thunder Force, I was going to cancel. I was like, what am I getting out of Netflix? But, all right. I'm coming around. I'm coming around on the Netflix experience. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Subscribe. Please subscribe. I need this. All you gotta do is click the button. If you don't like it later, you can unclick the button. Okay, but just click the button, because there's some other YouTubers, to be fair, they're gaining on me. Okay, this is a matter of personal pride for me. I see these guys, they got like 198 followers. They got 200. I'm like, no. I can't let these guys lap me. So please subscribe to sate my pettiness. We got more cool videos coming soon. Thanks for watching Army of the Dead. Zack Snyder, good job. You did a good job, buddy. Keep it up. Keep it up.